Welcome to Automation for Testers. In this lecture, we are going to continue the functions topics that we covered in the earlier video. Okay. So now, in the last video, we have discussed about what is meant by function, what is the use of it, and how can you create a function and how can you call it. Okay. So in the last video, we have not run any program. So what we will do, we'll try to run the program now. Okay. So now, if you run the program, okay, so there you can see it is giving you the output problem. Just a second. Yes. Okay. So day 1 started, your 3 messages, and day 2 started 3 messages, day 3 started and the 3 messages. Okay. So same code only, but only thing is that we have used what? Functions concept over here. Okay. This is a function keyword, function name. Okay, and this is a function body, and we need to discuss about what is meant by these parameters and all. Okay, so now this is how you can declare and you can use it. Okay, basic example we have seen. Okay, now let us continue the same thing. Now in this case, what is my requirement is I want to write a logic which will what we can say, implement the factorial of a number, factorial number. Okay, so here if I say what is meant by factorial, so 5 factorial equal to how much, guys? 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Sorry. Same fashion, if you say 4 factorial equal to, this one will come. Alright. So how much? 12, 24 and 24. I'm a little bit poor in maths. 24 into 5, how much, guys? 120. I'm not sure. Yeah, let it be. 1 second. It does not look good if I make a mistake. But you should be good in maths. Okay, 120, great. I'm good now, right? Yeah. So this is, I want to develop a logic. I want to create a logic for this. So how can we do? We have to take a number. For which number you want to generate the, or you want to know the factorial number. So for that particular thing, what I can do? Variable number. You can give either num or number, anything is fine. Just say 5. In this case, I want to deal with 5. So here I will declare one temporary variable, let's say fact, and which equal to, let's say 1. Anything is fine. So after that I need to iterate, right? Because 5 into 4 into 3 into 1, I have to do in that way, right? So how will you do? For variable I equal to 0, I less than or equal to how much, guys? Number, and then I plus plus. So what I need to do? All I need to do is fact equal to fact into factorial value into, and then I have to say number. Now if I say log factorial is, or factorial, anything is fine, is, simply say fact. Simply say fact. Now if I run the program, it should give you what? 1 second, guys, my bad. We have to run part 3, right? So there you can see factorial value is, are we doing? No, it should run, it should start with the 1. Okay, run the program. Okay, are we making any mistake, guys? 1 second. I equal to 1, variable I equal to 1, I equal to I plus number. This is mistake, my bad. I'm extremely sorry, guys. CLS, try to run the program. There you can see 120, whatever you expected, it is coming. Same thing if you give 4, right? Try to run the program. There you can see 24. My requirement is I want for 5, I want for 4 also. In that case, what I have to do? Should I copy paste like this? Copy here and then paste it over here, and this is for, let's say 5. Let's say this is for 5. Try to run the program. There you can see 24 and 120. If I need for second or third one, I want to know it for number 6. Should I copy paste again? No. The repetitive things cannot be done like this. What is the solution, guys? We already discussed about how to add these things into methods. Okay. So what can I do in this case? Simply I have to go for what? Function. The second one, if you select and say enter, it will give you the whole syntax of it. Function, name, and then parameters, and open bracket, close brackets, and all. So far we are not discussing about any of the parameters. I just made it as blank, nothing is there. Name, yes, you can say factorial of number, and you can push this code. Yes, obviously you can push this code, no doubt at all. So control X, control V. Okay, so let me format it, format the document. Now it looks good, right? Okay, so now this one, what I need to do, all I need to do is I can call this method. How can we call this method, guys? Simply say the method name and open bracket and close bracket. So if you run the program, there you can see it is giving us what? 4. Okay, let's say like this, so that we will understand the output even better. Run the program, there you can see 4 fact is 24. Same thing, if we all know that we can call a method any number of times anywhere. There you can see 4 factorial, 4 factorial, 4 factorial. But what is my requirement? My requirement is let the user decide on which number he wants to perform the factorial value. So in this case, every time in the earlier example also, whenever I run, these 3 lines are executed regardless of what is the wish of the day, whether it is a good morning for his or bad morning, doesn't matter. Same thing it has executed for him. Same thing here also, doesn't matter how many number of times I call, that logic is being executed for only number what? 4. If I change it to 5, 3 times it will go for only 5 only. But what is my requirement is let the user decide for which number he wants to get the factorial value. So in order to do that, user has to give the value. Yes, user can give the value directly, but is this method has the capability to take that value? Yes, we can say yes. So that can be possible by providing the parameters. From here you need to pass the parameter. From here one should dare to take it. So here let's say a number. You can give any variable name, you can give any name, no restriction for you at all. So here I can comment it now. Yes, you can comment it now. So now what I need to do, let's say I want to pass it 5, I want to pass it 4, let's say this is 6. Now CLS, try to run the program. There you can see 5 factorial is 120, 4 factorial is 24, 6 is 720. So this is what, as per the user's choice. Let the user decide what he wants to do it. Any number, it could be anything. Let's say 0, and try to run the program. There you can see it is giving you 1. 0 factorial is 1, right? So like this you can pass the data from where you are calling and you can receive in the function. So this one is nothing but what? Parameters. So there are functions where the parameter is needed. There are some functions where the parameter is not needed. It depends upon your logic. It depends upon your requirement. It is not mandatory that every function should have a parameter, and it is also not a mandatory that number of parameters only 1. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be, you can pass as many number of parameters you want, arguments you want. There is no restriction for you at all. There is no restriction on the user. You can add any number of parameters to it. For example, after factorial value I want to define a method which will do some addition of it. No problem. What you can do, simply say function, instead of name give some good name to it, addition, and here it is taking 2 values, let's say I comma j. No issues. So log sum is, or you can say I plus j. Now here you can do it. For example, addition, let's say 10 comma 20. Yes. Now how many parameters are you sending now? 2, right? So here let's say 100 and 200, and let's see what is the output you are going to get it. CLS, try to run the program. There you can see sum is 30, sum is 300. Okay, so like this, a method not required that it should take parameter, and it is not mandatory that also. It depends upon your logic, it depends upon your requirement. In that cases only you have to give what? You have to provide the what parameters to it. You need to pass the values to it. Okay, so like this you can declare a function without parameters. Like in this example, we have not passed anything. What we have done, simply we have called this method. The control flow goes to over here. It will execute every method, every statement, and then continue the execution. Same thing, whenever it calls a method, the execution jump on to what? to that particular block, and it will continue. Same thing here also, the same thing. Functionality wise there is no difference at all, but only thing is that earlier example you have not passed any value from here to here, but here you have done what? Passed some values. Okay, so like this a method can present without parameters and with parameters also. Okay, so like this you can what you can say, you can add the parameters to the functions. Okay, I hope it is clear, guys. So how you will pass the parameters? In the brackets only. Whenever you are calling, so there you need to give the values. Okay, how would you know whether it is giving it or not? Simply say enter, say bracket, and if you put the cursor over here also, you can come to know. There you can see number, you need to pass it. This is a variable name. Whatever the most of the people gives the relevant name only. Nobody gives the x, y, z. Nobody does like that. Okay, so better to give some relevant name to it. So whenever the user is calling, the unknown person is calling, they will come to know. Okay, by using this number, they will understand that okay, I need to pass one variable which is a number kind of thing. Okay, so try to give the relevant names to it. Okay, so here let's say what was there earlier, 5, right? Okay, so now if you run the program, same output you're going to get it. Okay, so like this you can pass one parameter, you can pass 0 parameters, no parameters, or else you can pass one parameter or any number of parameters. You can pass as many as you can. Okay, and do we have anything? I think that's it, guys. We'll discuss more in the other class also. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you for joining the session. Have a good day ahead.